always wonderful to be in New Jersey and share with the Northern New Jersey chapter. This event is a stellar event. It's a model for other chapters, not just Spelman women, but for colleges, HBCUs around the country. So I am delighted to be here. We appreciate all that the chapter does for the good of Spelman.
Okay, so what's your favorite memory at Spelman, Kansas?
I think one of my most memorable experiences at Spelman was being inducted into the Spelman community with that whole ceremony and the white dress, and being an only child. That was really memorable for me because these were my sisters that I didn't have, and I can cry thinking about it.
And we still are your sisters, and we love you.
I love you guys.
Let me see. When I arrived at Spelman in 1984, during freshman week, I remember being awakened in the middle of the night.
I remember that too.
I remember being awakened in the middle of the night wondering what in the world is going on. And what went on, it's probably a secret, but if you're a Spelman alum or a current student, I know you know what I'm talking about. Freshman week, being awakened in the middle of the night. That's a Spelman tradition. I remember, can't say I loved it, but I sure remember. Thanks.
My favorite memory, especially from freshman year, was all the pageants that we had. Because I ended up being in this comedy group, and we ended up doing entertainment for several of the pageants. So I will never forget that. We still talk about it. My friends that were in the comedy troupe with me, and it was just a wonderful memory. So.
There were so many traditions that were near and dear to my heart, but what really I cherish is going back for reunion every 5 years and seeing all of my classmates and the women who have come before me and helping to lead the graduating seniors through the alumni arch. I remember when I took my daughter back to Spelman for the first time, it was just so wonderful, and all my friends, and I was holding her, and then I had to pass her off right before I went to the arch. It was just so wonderful, and I think that's what really makes us keep coming back.
I think the Spelman tradition, well, it's no longer a Spelman tradition, but it was the freshman curfew all year.
You know,
And the reason that was my favorite was, and my mother's favorite, was that it taught me time management and that I was responsible for myself and my sisters, because if one of us got in trouble on the hall, we all got in trouble on the hall. So that was a one way that we began the sisterhood on the individual and all collective level. But yeah.
My biggest memory of Spelman traditionally would be the first week at school when you're just meeting everyone and you don't know a single person. And for me, I remember being in the cafeteria sitting at a huge 6 or 8 table table, and Spelman's sister came up to me, and whereas I thought, I was the shy one, introduced themselves and said, "It's nice to meet you, and I'm from California, and who are you?" So that was one of the first things to let me know that it was a place that I belonged and a place that I would love forever, make friends forever.
One of them would be teaching the Spelman hymn, and I tried to teach it the way it was taught to me when I was a freshman. A senior taught us that it's "Thy heights supreme and true," not supreme. And she was very strict about that, so I used the exact same language, exact way delivery that she had, and "Thy heights supreme and true." And so when we were singing the hymn a couple minutes ago, I found myself going, "Thy heights supreme and true."
So, what was your favorite memory or tradition in Spelman?
Okay, well, there are so many. Spelman's such a fabulous place, but I think that my favorite thing about Spelman is homecoming. Because I remember going to my first homecoming. It was like something I had never experienced before. And the great thing about it is that you get to relive it every year, every time you go. And it was so great to get together with all of my girls, my Spelman sisters who I haven't seen for years and years. And to see them and just be back on that campus is the most wonderful thing. So that would be my favorite.
So, Monet, what's your favorite Spelman tradition?
My favorite Spelman tradition is when I come to the Spelman concert every year and just listen to all the jazz and the music and different groups sing every time it was always at a different place. Like this time it was at the Montclair Art Museum, and I just enjoyed it. I saw different types of art. So yeah, and I hope when I grow up and I'm in college, I have those memories just like you.
I think, oh goodness, one of my favorite is HH, living in the HH dorm room. I remember the first day I walked in there and how excited I even remember the smell that it had at the time. And I'd have to say my second memory is Lower Manly. And the Lower Manly parties and just everything that happened on Fashion Fridays.
Right, which they call Marketplace now.
Yeah. Oh, they call it,
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, Fashion Fridays. So those are my two favorite. And of course the Spelman Jazz Ensemble.
Yeah.
Yeah.